Welcome to Atlanta Tarot. This is the tarot forecast for Taurus for the month of November, including late October 2023. So Taurus, we are in the sign of Scorpio, element being water, so very emotional, lots of emotional stuff rising to the surface, a lot of deep stuff coming to the surface this 4 weeks. So you are in your 7th house of relationships, so it's all the focus is going to be on relationships for 4 weeks, so get ready. And you have the 8 of Wands. So 8 of Wands is a brilliant card. It talks about fast moving energy, especially with relationships, reconnecting, travel, but overall it's just about movement, no obstacles, things going really well, Taurus. So that's pretty good energy to have for your month or your 4 weeks of Scorpio. So let's now see what's lining up for you with such a great start. Sorry, I'm just adjusting everything. Okay. 8 of Wands. Where you are right now. 5 of Cups. Disappointment. Someone coming back from the past. Regret. So this, obviously, for some of you, most of you really, is some sort of emotional disappointment from the past. But when the 5 of Cups comes through, it talks about that disappointment being able to be turned around into, or salvaged in some way, so you can sort of get back. Time has passed, so you've sort of forgiven and haven't forgotten, but you've forgiven, and maybe it's the other person that's involved in this situation that is sort of thinking or feeling about reaching out and saying, oh my God, what a ridiculous situation that was. Why did that happen? So that's what the 5 of Cups, in my interpretation, is. And it's the sort of disappointment that we need to turn into, basically, forgiveness, I guess. So don't be surprised if somebody from the past, or a situation, an emotional situation from the past, pops back up again, especially in the time of Scorpio, because it's a Scorpio card, and presents itself. Especially with relationships, being in the 7th house of relationships, this is quite apt. Let's see what's made that happen. And we have the 4 of Wands, so house and home. So very much about sort of being very stable in your house and home, things being really good, whatever's happening to you around your house and home. It's quite stable, it's consolidated, you're ready to move on to the next phase. And it could be that, because this is quite a strong card really when we talk about house and home, so perhaps having stability in the house and home has sort of created this, disappointment to come back and present itself again and say, oh well, how do you feel about it now that you're feeling stable and things are good? So there you go. So use that wisely, Taurus, that energy. It's very lucky, I think, and it talks about things sort of really panning out and stability coming in and being able to move on, moreover. Let's see what was happening in September, October, in the Libra time. And we had this 2 of Swords, so decisions being unable to be made. It's a blockage card, so just your mind going, oh no, I can't make a decision, or what if it's the wrong one? What if it's the right one? Back and forth you go with this volleyball ping pong situation of sort of being in a stalemate, but you're the only one that can sort of unblock the blockage, if you like, and just because it's in your mind, and just let it go and see where the cards fall. So I guess by the looks of this is still hovering around, so you've got to sort of really focus on that, Taurus, and make a decision and move on. Now, it's not a major decision because this is only a minor card, so it's a day-to-day sort of the mundane sort of routine of life card. So it's saying, come on, just do it. The more you hover and don't make a decision, the worse it gets, and you build it up into be something that it probably wasn't in the first place. Okay, so that's enough of that. Let's see recent influences. And the Hierophant comes in to say this is very much a Taurus card, big energy, big work. So as you know, the Hierophant is all about your moral compass, so what is right and what is wrong. So when he comes in, it's like, well, you know, in terms of your journey on this place, you just have to go with your instinct, with your intuition, do what's right for you. The rest will fall into place as you know it. So just go with the moral compass. Big card, as I said before. So, and it's Taurus, so you know the drill, Taurus. Just get on with it. Trust your instinct. Don't worry about all the little what could be's and what should be. Don't worry about that stuff. Just follow your instinct here and what you're meant to be doing. Not with pleasing others or blah, blah, blah. Family maybe too factors in heavily with this, worrying about how the family will feel. Well, you have to sometimes just separate and do your thing for you. Let's now go to the lesson you'll be learning. 9 of Swords, fear for fear's sake, free-floating anxiety, plucking anything out of the air to worry about. One worry gets solved and on to the next one you go. Sleeplessness. So something's going on. But then once again, this is a mind card. Mind, instinct. There you go. Trust the instinct over the mind. The mind can weave all sorts of imaginary, oh my God, you could go on forever what the mind does. So trust your moral compass, Taurus, which you should do, but we don't. Okay, near future. And we have the 3 of Cups. So we have celebrations coming in here, thick and fast. It's a really nice card for celebrating. It's a time to pop the champagne cork and just have a good celebrate about whatever, get together with friends, have get-togethers. You've solved a lot of stuff that's been going on relationship-wise. Yeah, get in there, have a good time. And for others, it could be 3 in a relationship. There's a 3 sort of situation going on there with 3 people that could present itself. Well, you know what to do about that. Once again, we go back to the major card, the Hierophant, and just go, trust your moral compass. But we'll see a bit more of what this 3 of Cups actually means with the next card of what's happening that you're not realising. The 8 of Swords. Giving away your personal power, Taurus. Saying yes when you mean no. And then finding yourself once again, I didn't trust my gut. I went with my head, I went with my mind, and now I feel like I'm in a situation, I'm giving away my personal power to others, to family perhaps, or people in the home where you need to sort of say no. And then that problem will be solved and that obstacle will be removed. So be aware of the 8 of Swords always, because that's when you're sort of giving away too much personal power. And then you end up just internalising it and being angry with yourself, which is not good at the moment in the house of relationships, because you're meant to be sorting them out, not just avoiding and throwing them onto the I'll do it next week pile. Let's see how other people see you. Sorry, frog in the throat. Page of Swords. So there's an energy that people see at the moment for you where everything's sort of up in the air. Nothing's really grounded, which for you, Taurus, like we've got how many now? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 lots of swords. for you guys, your earth people, air sign, no, it just doesn't really gel. It's not your style, it's not your vibe. Page of Swords, somebody's sort of spying on you, gossiping about you, looking at you going, oh, look at them, they said they were doing this and that's not happened. I wonder if this will happen. And it's just quite a negative energy. It's very childlike energy too. It's like a schoolyard sort of primary school sort of horrible thing that young kids can do. But it's not grounded. So just think about that too. And think about your major card, the excuse me, the Hierophant, that really trumps this little, it's not attached, this Page of Swords. It just floats around and makes up stuff and doesn't really know what it's talking about. So that's how people see you. But maybe that comes from the negative side of people in your relationship. So I'd just say, okay, we're not doing that. Positive feelings. And you have Justice, so the great balancer, the great karmic card. When the Justice card comes in, you know, and you already, it's positive feelings, so you know that this is something to be balanced. You have to have balance. You reap what you sow. So if you know, you can find a reason, and obviously you know why all these swords have cropped up for this 4 weeks. It's like time to balance those scales and time to sort of reap what you've sown, okay? So it doesn't lie, that card. It can be very confronting. However, it's a good card. It's a great leveler. So there you go. And karmic as well. So everything that's going on except for the swords, which is your mind interfering with your path. So you know to, okay, put it to a side and focus on your strengths, which is your groundedness. The outcome. 4 of Pentacles. So there will be a bit of hanging on, not letting go to certain aspects of this 4 weeks. Could be to do with money as well, worrying about money coming into the future. And I feel like as a Taurus, you've worked long and hard to get to where you are, so why are you worrying about it? But more, this card is quite deep. It's a past life sort of energy card, which talks about why you're hanging on so tightly to stuff or people. Just let them go and see how it feels. Sometimes we just have to let things go and see how they reverberate later, rather than hanging on too tightly. Especially with family involved too, we tend to, really hang on to that, and sometimes to our detriment, because then it does create the swords energy or mind energy. Oh, if I don't do that, this will happen, or this might happen. It's no, letting go is easier than hanging on. Okay, so I'm going to put the Wisdom of Avalon. So I'm going to put a clarifier on that 4 of Pentacles, the let go, hang on, let go card, and see what the Oracle has to say about that. Please give me the story underneath the surface of the 4 of Pentacles. And we have the mystery. Oh, Taurus 52, let's see. And I opened it, the mystery. This marker directs you into the unknown mystery of your journey. It is the sacred place where all things are created but are not yet formed. It points the way to pure power and potential, which meets the magic of intention. It tells you that the magical, unknowable forces of destiny and fate are working in your life. The forces that you can never fully understand or control, indeed weaving their magic around you to help fulfill your true purpose. This is, however, a warning to be humble here. The mystery reveals itself only when it chooses and not when or how you demand. The cosmic laws operate here outside of time and space, outside of human influence and intellect. Only hindsight will reveal their patterns. Only trust and deep faith can be your allies when the mystery appears on your path. Sometimes it may seem as if you're going backward, but truly, if you look at a spiral, it goes up, around, and reaching upward, although it may seem for a time that you are not. You are indeed progressing. Trust the mystery and keep going. For now, the trust that the thread of your life is woven into the pattern of mystery with beauty, grace, strength, and purpose. This marker is an auspicious and profound omen that shows you that you are on the correct path. Thank you for listening, dear Taurus.